They had no idea they had fallen victim to a cruel trap. The Galactic Council had ordered the Triry people to conquer Earth as a test of their worth. But the moment they arrived, armed with more courage than wisdom and little knowledge of the planet, they faced their first unexpected problem. It wasn't the infamous dog, not yet, but something they had mistaken for giant birds. Bees. Creatures a third the size of their ships, whose mere wing beats were enough to destabilize their fleet. The bridge of the almighty conqueror shuddered violently, sending Captain Almad stumbling into his command chair. The view screen flickered with static as another of the striped monstrosities buzzed past, its translucent wings generating air currents that tossed the flagship like a leaf in a hurricane. The entire bridge crew clung to their stations, their yellow faces pale with concentration as they fought to maintain stability. "Surveillance team, report!" Almad barked, his twin antennae tense with a hint of anxiety. The bridge lights dimmed and brightened with the passage of each creature outside, casting eerie shadows across metallic walls adorned with conquest banners from 3 other worlds. "Captain," squeaked the surveillance officer, voice high with fear, "we're scanning the surface for the humans, but these flying beasts are disrupting our sensors. The numbers and size are overwhelming our equipment." Almad stood to his full height and adjusted his ceremonial war helmet. The twin horns jutting from either side caught the light, a symbol of Triry martial prowess that had struck fear into enemies across 3 star systems. His yellow skin gleamed with tattooed patterns unique to his rank, growing more intricate the higher the status. Like all Triry warriors, he wore traditional battle armor, scaled plates covering his bipedal form, leaving only his delicate antennae free to sense the air currents critical for navigation. The bridge door hissed open, admitting his 2 most trusted advisors. Zai entered first, his horned helmet slightly askew after dodging debris in the corridor. Behind him came Asai, her antennae wrapped in the ceremonial bands marking her as a strategic advisor. Both stumbled as another bee passed overhead, causing the ship to lurch sickeningly to starboard. "Captain Almad!" Zai saluted, his right antenna tapping his helmet horn in respect. "The fleet is holding formation, barely. These creatures, they are merely the planet's wildlife." Almad interrupted, forcing confidence into a voice he didn't entirely feel. "If the humans have tamed such beasts as mounts, then we face worthy opponents indeed." Asai's antennae quivered with what Almad recognized as suppressed hysteria. "Mounts? Captain, if the humans ride these monsters, they must be giants. Each of those striped demons could carry 5 of us on its back." "Then we shall prove to the Galactic Council that the Triry fear no enemy, regardless of size," Almad declared, pounding his tiny fist onto the command console. The gesture would have been more impressive had another bee not chosen that exact moment to investigate their ship, sending the vessel into a full spin. "We are warriors. We conquered the Zepid colonies. We brought the proud Minimites to their knees." "Sir!" the surveillance officer cried, excitement cracking his voice. "I'm detecting something on the surface. It's, by the old war gods, it's massive!" The view screen shimmered and resolved into an image that made every Triry on the bridge gasp. There, captured in highest magnification, sat what could only be described as a mobile city, a white and silver behemoth attached to an even larger wheeled fortress. Windows lined its sides like the eyes of a great beast, and strange symbols decorated its hull. "Analysis!" Almad snapped, his antennae standing fully erect with anticipation. "It appears to be a mobile settlement," Asai reported. "Primitive design, wheels instead of anti-gravity, but the size, Captain, even our largest bombs might only scratch it." Almad felt his moment of destiny arriving. This was why the Council had chosen them, not the massive Goliath core with their cowardly hearts, nor the technologically superior but spiritless Titanites. The Triry, smallest of the spacefaring races, would prove that courage transcended size. "All ships!" Almad's voice echoed across the fleet. "We have located the human capital, a mobile city of immense proportions. On behalf of the Galactic Council and the honor of Triry, I, Captain Almad of the 17th Warrior Clutch, formally declare war upon the planet Earth and its oversized inhabitants." The crew erupted in thin but enthusiastic cheers. Sci-fi and Asai exchanged glances that Almad chose to interpret as excitement rather than fear. "Formation 7, Almad ordered. "We strike as one, for the glory of Triry!" "For the glory of Triry!" the crew echoed, several voices cracking. The fleet of 35 ships, each no larger than an Earth cockroach, descended toward the surface. They gave the bees a wide berth, swooping around in a maneuver that would have impressed someone had anyone been able to see them. The mobile city grew on the screen until it filled the entire view, a monument to human engineering and their intended prize. "Weapons charged and ready," Sci-Hi reported, hands steady despite a visible tremor. "Target weak points," Asai called, highlighting a door on the side. "If we breach that entrance, we can flood the city with shock troops." Almad's chest swelled with pride. This was their moment. Songs would be sung. "All ships, prepare for glory. On my mark. 3, 2, 1, fire!" Dozens of energy beams, each no thicker than a human hair, lanced out toward the trailer. Weapons capable of leveling Minimite cities struck the aluminum siding with all the fury of irritated fireflies. The cumulative effect? A slight warming of the metal, perhaps. But the Triry didn't know that. Almad watched the view screen, waiting for explosions, panic, surrender. Instead, the door, Asai's weak point, began to open, slowly. Ominously, a shadow appeared. Then, "Sweet mother of the hive!" Sci-Hi's scream could have come from any of them. What emerged defied all reason. Fur. Golden fur. Rippling like wheat in a terrifying wind. 4 legs supported a mountain-sized body. A tail swished behind like a massive club. And the head. Ears the size of landing pads. But it was the eyes that froze them. Brown, curious, and each larger than their flagship. "Retreat!" Almad screamed, dignity shattered. "All ships, retreat!" The creature's head tilted. A sound began to build in its throat. Sensors screamed. Woof! The bark hit like a physical blow. Then came the true horror. The creature had noticed them. Its eyes tracked them. A massive tongue emerged. It moved. Bounding toward them with impossible speed, the beast opened its mouth impossibly wide. It snapped at the air where the fleet fled, and half the ships vanished. Almad watched in horror as the pride of Triry, warrior's dream, and fearless Triry disappeared into its jaws. For a moment, he could see the ships behind its teeth. Then, they were gone. "Maximum speed!" Almad shrieked. "Get us out of here!" The remaining ships scattered like dust in a storm. The creature barked again. The survivors would never sleep without hearing it in their dreams. It bounded a few steps, sniffed the air, then trotted back to the trailer, tail wagging. Silence returned to the bridge. Almad slumped in his chair, helmet askew, one horn broken. Sci-Hi sat on the floor, body tense. Asai curled under her console, whimpering. Finally, Almad spoke. His voice was hollow. How many did we lose?" 18 ships, sir," someone whispered. "Over 200 warriors." Almad closed his eyes. Eaten by what the humans apparently kept as a planetary guardian? "Sir?" Sci-Hi asked weakly. "What do we tell the Galactic Council?" Almad was quiet. Then he removed his helmet and set it aside. "We tell them nothing. We report Earth is unsuitable for conquest. Recommend it be removed from expansion plans." "But the Council will want details," Asai said, uncurled slightly. "They'll want to know why." "We didn't fail," Almad interrupted. "We survived against that Survival is victory. He looked at them all. We will file our report. We will return home, and we will never speak of this again. Agreed? The agreement was unanimous. As the battered fleet limped away from Earth's system, Almad took one last look at the planet. Captain, Zai-Hai asked, your orders? Almad straightened his antennae. Set course for home, Zai-Hai. Maximum speed. And if the Galactic Council wants to conquer Earth so badly, they can send someone else. The Triry are done with planetary invasions. Yes, sir. And, sir, what if we encounter more of those striped flying creatures on other planets? Almad shuddered. He had almost forgotten the bees. Pray, Zai-Hai. Pray to whatever gods will listen that we don't. As the almighty conqueror jumped to faster-than-light speed and fled like every demon in the universe was behind them, possibly true, Captain Almad made a solemn vow. No more galactic councils. No more conquest missions. No more planetary wars. If the universe wanted to put that on a planet, then the universe clearly wanted that planet left alone. From now on, the Triry would stick to nice, safe, small enemies. Earth was really, truly, absolutely too much.